Hey everybody, this is Anna with Adventures with Anna, and today is Monday, and that means it's Yarn Talk Day. For some reason, I am like really tired today. I thought I slept pretty good last night, but I guess not. So I've been kind of dragging my feet and not getting this video going, but it's getting later in the afternoon, and I know I won't have time to do anything tonight, so I figured I just better go ahead and do it. So, I haven't done a whole lot this week, but actually I have, because one project pretty much took me the entire week. Let me get this out of my bag here. The first project that I did is, I'm going to put this in our flea market booth, and I still need to weave my ends in before I go on Wednesday. But I made this little heart bunting or garland, whatever you want to call it, crocheted. Personally, I think it looks better when it's hanging this way instead of this way. But if you look at these hearts, these are just some random yarns that I had laying around that I used. Crocheted the heart, and then the white part around it was not actually part of the pattern, but I had this white yarn with the little gold threads through it, and I thought it looked pretty cool, so I decided to put it on there. And I really like the way it looks. I think it looks really cool. So anyway, I made this, and I figure that I would put it in the flea market booth, and this also counts towards one of my spring crochet challenge entries, well, not entries, projects for the crochet group, which I will post a video tomorrow for those of you that are interested on what my crochet group is doing this year for at least the first half of the year. And the other thing that I did, which I think last week I showed you, I got knitting needles. I just had this small bag today that I'm carrying stuff around in, so I don't have a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, last week I showed you that I have knitting needles, and I do not have this 100% finished, but I have it mostly finished. But I knitted this flower. Now it does need the center put in it, and I don't know, the pattern says to sew the button or bead or whatever on, but I'm thinking about being lazy and possibly just hot gluing it. But anyway, I've got this button, which also it looks like it's been knitted. It's really cool, to go in the center of this flower. Let's see if I can hold it to where we can, well, anyway, it's not going to stay, but you can get the picture. And this is a free pattern. Both of these are actually free patterns that I found on the internet. This one was off of allfreeknitting.com, and I believe this one was one that I found on Ravelry, minus the white. Like I said, I added that myself. But I will put both of the links to these in the description box below. But anyway, like I said, these petals took me, I'm gonna lose my button, pretty much all week to do. I started, this obviously is my very first petal that I did, and it looks horrible, in my opinion. It's what happens when you learn to do something, right? It's the same number of rows and everything as the rest of these petals, but it looks considerably smaller. And I don't know which one is which. I got a picture that I will insert after I'm done showing this to you. I marked the petals, there's 6 of them. I marked them in sequence of which ones were done in what order. But I think, overall, I think they look pretty good. And this pattern was just knit and purl and slip one. And increase and decrease. So that's not too bad. And one thing I do want to say, if you look at, there's 2, no, I think it's just one of them, especially this one right here. If you notice how this looks just kind of awkward on top here, this is where the decreases are compared to these. These look much better with the decrease. I learned something that I didn't know. I have always, when I knitted the knit stitch, I've always done my needles this way and decrease instead of putting it up this way to knit, because the purl goes in on the inside part, or you know, toward closer to me, the way I knit. But I always did my knit stitch away from me, and I learned that actually what I was doing was called a twisted knit stitch, I believe. That's what my friend told me, and that's why that this first one looks kind of awkward, is because I was doing the knit stitch completely different up here than what I did on the rest of them after I learned my little lesson. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna get this put on here, and I don't know what I'm going to do with this flower. I might make more and try to do something with it. Maybe, I don't know, looks a little big to be stuck on a hat. But I'm excited about this. I didn't frog anything. I just kept going, even though, oh, and something else I want to show you. On this petal here, close to the top, I dropped a stitch. I was like, oh well, I don't care. It's a learning experience. I'm not going to worry about it. But anyway, that's all that I've done. I don't have anything new that I've gotten because I've already showed you the knitting needles that I got last week. Or at least I believe I did. If not, I can't remember. I'm sure I did because I got them on Monday, did the video on Tuesday. But I got a pair of these knitting needles. And I know that's backwards to you. This is the Clover brand 16-inch circular needles in size 7. And I got these because I was wanting to, I got this size specifically so that I could do the knit pattern on the Darn Good yarn that I got. But the more I got to looking at it, I'm wondering, I know with the first yarn that I got, I'm almost positive their crochet pattern is incorrect. So not being an experienced knitter, I'm kind of afraid to actually try the knitting pattern because I don't want to get into the middle of it and have this big old mess of yarn and not have a clue what I'm doing or what I need to do or what I didn't do because the pattern is wrong. I don't even think I'm going to do the crochet version because what it is a cowl, and I don't really want the cowl, and it's not something that I would probably sell or give away. So for now, I'm just going to save that yarn and use it for another project later on when I find the right project for that yarn that I want to use. I don't think I have it in here. Nope, I don't have it. All I have is the pink yarn that I made the flower with, and then I did stick in this purple yarn here that I got last year that my mom gave me. And there's a video where I showed this, but this is something my mom gave me, and it is purple. So my thinking for this was I need to make a couple more hats for the period of crying babies, the purple hat thing that my local library does in September. I want to make some more hats for that, and I'm pretty sure that I can make a baby hat with my circular needles that I bought. So I'm going to possibly give that a try. I have found a pattern. If not, then I'll just crochet some more or something until I get better at the knitting, process. So anyway, tomorrow I do plan on making a video and sharing with you guys that are interested in the first quarter of what my crochet group is doing, and if you would like to follow along, that would be totally awesome. And I'm showing you projects as I go along. Like I said, the first quarter is spring, so this counts as a project. This is a crochet project, and it's not like it's, there's a certain number of projects we have to do. I'm just doing things that are springy-ish. This is a spring. It's a flower. Flowers come about in the spring. So I've got a knit and a crochet project that I have completed, so I'm kind of excited about that. And anyway, thank you guys for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Thank you to all my new subscribers, and leave me a comment below if you have any questions or anything, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Actually, you know what? I told you I was going to insert a picture of my progress on making those petals, and I completely forgot. So here it is. Starting with the top left, you can see the progression of how well I did in knitting the petals. Honestly, I think the fourth one looks the best, which would be the one on the bottom left.